now. He's a lawyer by training, and he has worked with the United Nations Council for Refugees, Commission for Refugees in Africa for many years. He got married to Uganda, and they have a child, I believe. Ambassador Mirjam has been involved in Ugandan society and politics for many years. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me receive Ambassador Mirjam Blaak. Welcome, Ambassador.
Good morning.
Yes. Listen to this song for you. A bomber country, that's to Holland. Okay, well, might spend the whole day listening to this music. Yeah. Welcome, madam, and God bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lovely to be here.
Yes. You were born Dutch.
Correct.
And
I think my face shows.
Your face shows. You're born that, and has it always been in your heart to become an African, or was it just pure coincidence?
Yeah, I think it's where God leads us. I think it's
so
not,
you think
it's like pure coincidence. If anybody had predicted me when I was studying law at the university that I would be Uganda's ambassador one day,
yeah,
I would have said, keep on dreaming. So that's quite a surprise. Yeah.
A surprise. Wow. And so why did you sacrifice the relative comfort of Dutch living conditions for that of the poorer, war-torn African country of Uganda? Because I mean, one would wonder, why would you leave all the luxury, all the blessings, quote, in quote, and the comfort, and go to and want to start in Africa and to be a part of the people? Can you tell us why you do something like that?
Yes, I think I always loved traveling, and when I was studying at university in Utrecht here, at the same time I was also an air hostess with KLM. Okay. And so I discovered lots of countries, and of course it's in that capacity that I went to Africa. Yeah. So when I finished my university studies, I got my master's degree in international law. I was posted to Nairobi, Kenya, as a UNHCR protection officer. Yeah. So I became involved with refugees and the political situations, of course, that involved refugees. And it's in that capacity that I got to know a lot of Ugandans who were all running away at that time from the regime in Uganda under President Obote.
Which year was that?
This is in 1982 when I was posted there.
Okay.
And they had a lot of difficult times. Many of them had to sort of leave Kenya because there were all sorts of security threats to them. Some people were being kidnapped and taken across the border. So that was a dangerous situation, and in that situation I had to look after many refugees who found it very difficult to remain in Kenya with the risk of kidnappings and things like that.
So were you prepared for the stress of such a work? How to deal with desperate people who really needed protection? And were you prepared for that kind of stress?
Never. You can never be prepared. It was very hard, yes. Because you are like 24 hours on call. I was like, a doctor, sort of be needed anytime. So many of the refugees were carrying my telephone number, and even at night I used to receive telephone calls like so-and-so had been picked up, and I would go out and look for the person in police stations and all over the place. So it was a very tough job, emotionally very
taxing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How many years did you do this?
No, I was there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, and very tough. I was also one time very sick. But and then I had to take a little bit more distance from my work. But in the end, I think I decided to stay in Kenya. I loved Africa. It's like Africa grows under your skin, they say, and so it is with me as well. You can never change the color of your skin.
Okay, yeah, of
but
course.
the heart is, I think, as red as anybody else's.
Absolutely.
So, for that matter, if the heart is at the right place, the skin doesn't really matter. And so I became very much involved with the matters of Uganda, and I really saw the people suffering, their human rights not being respected, people who were always at risk 24 hours. So when the then leader of the movement, the national resistance movement, was Yoweri Museveni, came to Kenya, they decided to contact me because they were having lots of discussions on maybe how to rule the country together with the then present leader. And so that's how I became involved. And I had earlier on helped his wife and the 4 children and another niece to go to Sweden as other political heavyweights who had to leave Kenya as well. So I had to assist them leave the country, and then they became refugees in Sweden, which was then the second country of asylum to them. So the president asked me, Mirjam, now that you are no longer working with the UN, can you assist me with the movement? And I made a lot of political contacts for them with the embassies in Nairobi until they took power in early '86, and then I was asked to come and join them.
Awesome. So you were like Josephine, just like Joseph was a Jew who became a prime minister in Egypt. Well, it's amazing, It's so comparable. Well, it's awesome. You've helped a lot of Africans who are in trouble, and you've made a huge impact, I can see, so far. Now, did you, at some point, regret the choice you made to become African? This is a tough question. I hope you can answer that.
No, never. Never regretted. Never regretted. I can say that with a full conviction. No, because I think it became easier. I think when you associate yourself with a country, even, as you stated earlier, I then got married to my late husband, who was at that time the Minister of Defense. And he had also been in the Liberation Army. He was a medical doctor. So, you become like on the periphery of the politics, become very much involved. And of course I knew a lot about the movement, and I liked being part of it. So then you make choices, and it was in the beginning I was always saying, well, should I leave my Dutch nationality? It's quite comfortable. And then I said, no, once you have made up your mind, and certainly when the president appointed me as an ambassador, which is a political appointment, I said, no, you cannot have it both ways. And it became much easier. After I had done it and gave up the Dutch nationality, when you now present yourself, it's already so difficult because I'm white. People look at me and thinking, is she maybe the Dutch or the Belgian ambassador to Uganda? So once you have then said, no, I am no longer Dutch, I have given up, I'm an African, I'm fully Ugandan, it makes it much easier for people to understand and for me to be understood to many publics that I address and all that. So I think from that point of view, I am happy that it was a clear-cut decision which helped me in my later career.
So what satisfaction do you derive working as African diplomat? I mean, over the years you have been involved with Africans, and now you are part of the African community. You are my sister now.
Thank you so much. I'd like to be committed.
And so, what satisfaction have you derived in having spent much of your years working
in Africa and working for Africa? I think it is, the satisfaction is, first of all, I feel very happy to have been adopted by Uganda as such, and it's a very warm feeling. Ugandans are extremely hospitable, like many Africans. I think the Dutch nation can learn from that.
Really?
Natural hospitality that is always extended to any visitor. And I think that that of course gives you a lot of motivation to work for the people, because you get a lot of gratitude out of what you're doing. And I think for me to be able to serve Uganda, and having been born in the Netherlands, that means you have the two cultures. Like I know a lot of Africans here in the diaspora are maybe sometimes suffering and sometimes benefiting from being from two cultures. So I think now when I hear other comments, I say, oh well, it's maybe very good thing. You're very say, a clever move from your president to have appointed you in this position, in this country, because you know the culture, you speak the language, and for me it's easier to make contact with people.
Absolutely.
So you can actually do your job better. I think many ambassadors, if they speak the language of the country in which they serve, could actually do a lot better.
Absolutely.
Because I know the country inside out. I think I've traveled to all parts of the country as well. It gives me a lot of background information. So when I call for people to invest in my country, I have been myself an entrepreneur. I had 2 companies in Uganda. So I am quite well positioned to give them the right information so that they can benefit from my experience. And know that I'm talking of knowledge and experience that I have myself been in that kind of situation. So I think for that matter, it is only advantages, I would say.
Wow. It's good to know. Well, we'll take a short break here. But ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to an interview with the incumbent Deputy Ambassador of Uganda to the Netherlands and to Brussels, Ambassador Mirjam Blaak. And we invite you to ask if you have any questions. I hope our lines are working. We had some problems in the beginning. Try in any case, and I will put you through so she can answer some of your questions. In the meantime, let's take some music.
Pause.
Yeah, pause, yes. Serve it.